All right, guys, listen, this is the reason why the next two games for the Dallas Cowboys are the most important of the season. We got the Tennessee Titans coming up, and after that, we have the Washington Commanders coming up. And so it's not exactly what you might think. But before I get into that, follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. So, the reasons why the next two games are absolutely the most important games for the Dallas Cowboys in this coming season, it's not really about winning the NFC East. I know a lot of people think that we went out, and if the Eagles lose, then hey, we'll win the NFC East. Yeah, that may happen, but the probability of that happening at this point is kind of unlikely. But it's the NFL, anything can happen. The first reason why the last two games of the season are the most important for the Cowboys is this. We play the Tennessee Titans. They have an outside chance at making the playoffs. Now, their percentages are low right now, below 50% to make the playoffs, but they have a chance. But more importantly, they have a great running game, and they have one of the best running backs to play the position all time in Derrick Henry. We know exactly what the Tennessee Titans are going to do, which is a great thing. This is a dress rehearsal for our defense. Our defense must figure out, along with obviously Dan Quinn and the other coaches, figure out how to play gap integrity, how to fill gaps with the outside zone play and a power run play to stop the Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry is second in the league in rushing this year. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Every year it seems like he's right at the top or really close to the top at leading the league in rushing. And he has more than 300 carries, has over 1,400 yards right now. And so we know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to line up. They're going to give the ball to Derrick Henry. They're going to do toss. They're going to do sweeps. They're going to do outside stretch zones. They're going to do inside zones. They're going to do power. And they're going to do traps. Well, these are all the things that the Dallas Cowboys have had issues with from a defensive line and linebacker perspective, in particular this year, defending and stopping on a consistent basis. So this is a dress rehearsal for what we may see when we get into the playoffs versus good and physical football teams. And so the Cowboys need to figure out a way how to stop the run of the Tennessee Titans in a very convincing fashion, not just in winning the game, but really working very hard at controlling gaps, running downhill, filling gaps, taking their angles, taking their one gap or their two gaps, whatever the scheme might be on the defensive front. So that's the first reason why these next two games are critical, starting first with the Tennessee Titans. Number two, the second reason why the last two games are extremely important is on the other side of the football. You see, after we play the Tennessee Titans, we're going to play the Washington Commanders. Now, we're playing a healthy Washington Commanders starting for defensive line. All right, so you got Josh Allen, you got Payne. So you have their starting defensive line. You got Chase Young back. You have their other defensive end. You have Payne, you have Allen, who made a Pro Bowl. These guys are strong, really up top. And so, hey, listen, they gave us trouble on the inside. When we tried to power run the football, they gave us trouble on the inside. And they were extremely physical earlier in the season. And to be honest with you, they beat us and whipped us in certain ways, kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles did inside, and limited us to short yards, no yards, or a loss on inside runs. So, can Kellen Moore and the offensive line in particular, can we come up with a scheme and figure out how to effectively run the ball versus elite defensive lines? Can we figure out how to strategize with traps, do various schemes in terms of toss, in terms of misdirection, in terms of double teams, or just in terms of straight up being able to win against your man, which the Cowboys on a consistent basis have not been able to do when we have faced elite defensive lines, except for certain strategies and in certain spots. So can we dominate the Washington Commanders up front? I'll be very, very interested to see that, because in the playoffs, more than likely, if we advance, we're going to play one or two teams. We're going to play the San Francisco 49ers, or we're going to play the Eagles. And so both of these teams, as we've just seen this past week, have really, really good and talented defensive fronts, and they're able to stop you and physically match what the Cowboys can bring to the table. So those are my two reasons why these next two games are the most important of the year. These are dress rehearsals for the offensive line. These are dress rehearsals for the defensive line in terms of how we're going to react and how we're going to perform when we face certain challenges in the playoffs. And don't fool yourself for 1 minute. How we deal with these challenges, guys, is going to determine how far we get in the playoffs, and if the Cowboys actually have a chance to legitimately get this sixth Super Bowl that all of us have been craving for the last 20 some odd years. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the share button also as well. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. And until next time, see you.